ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां व्यासशंकरमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So we'll just read up to number 4. The number 5 we'll look at it in more detail. Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावह तामहावह जातवेदो लक्ष्मी मनपगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं कामश्वं पुरुषानहम् अश्वपूर्वां व्रतमध्यां अस्तिनाद प्रबोधिनी श्रियं देवी मुहफये श्रीर्वा देवी दुषतां कां शोष्मितां हिरण्यप्राकारामाद्रां ज्वलन्तीं तृप्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोबफये श्रियम्. Last time we saw this, but I need to elaborate a little bit more on this verse. Chandram prabhasam yashasa, Chandram prabhasam yashasa, Jwalanti, Shriyam loke, Devajushta mudharam, Chandram prabhasam yasasam, Jwalanti, Shriyam loke, देवजुष्टामुधारां तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां त्वां वृणे. So the goddess Lakshmi is praised here in this Sri Suktam. It is a praise or hymn which extols the virtues of Mahalakshmi here. So it's called Sri Suktaha. So Uktaha means saying, and Sri and Su Ukta means good saying or that which is of auspicious nature. So Sri Suktaha, Sri Suktam. So here the Chandram. So Chandram, when you say, it talks about light. It talks about the one which is of the nature of coolness, or pleasant. Another meaning which is also given is Niratishayaha. So Niratishayaha means unsurpassed. So the one who is unsurpassed is Niratishayaha. Ananda Rupaha, the one who is always of the nature of Anandaha. So Lakshmi is never actually, you see, it's always present, always very present. So Ananda Rupaha. So Niratishayaha, unsurpassed Ananda Rupaha. Then Ananda Gunakaha. So Ananda Gunam means what? All the good virtues. All the virtues which are of the nature of happiness is Ananda Gunakam. Okay. This is not in any of the textbooks. Don't worry about it. I'm giving you all these things from other bhashyams which are available there. So Ananda Swarupaha Niratishayaha means unsurpassed. Ananda Swarupam, nature of happiness or fullness. Ananda Gunakam, it means, for the one word Chandra, so many meanings are there. Okay. So Ananda Gunakam, the one which is of the nature of right sattva, all right gunas, Ananda Gunaha. Ananda Vigraham. So it is actually a murti or an embodiment of Ananda, Ananda Vigraham. So Ananda Swarupam, Ananda Rupam, Ananda Gunakam, Niratishayam, and Ananda Vigraham. Iti Chandraha. So Chandram means, this is the meaning of the word Chandra. So Chandra also means the moon. But moon also is seen or defined as Lakshmi in this form. Right. Then Prabhasam. So Prabha means light. So that which is of the nature of magnificent light. So Prakrishtatam is a word for, in Sanskrit, Prakrishtatam. So Prakrishtaha means magnificent, and Bhasayati, Prakrishtatam, Prakrishta Bhasayati means shining, the one which is of the magnificent illumined person. So it is magnificent and therefore it is illumining. So then Prabhasam also means Shuddham, pure. So light can never be impure. Correct? We can never say the light is impure. Light is pure. Our power of seeing may be impure. You will not be able to see it correctly. So it's called Shuddham. Right? And Sattvam. Shuddham, Sattvam. Sattva Gunaha means what? The highest quality. Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Gunaha. So Sattvic Gunaha. In all of us, we have three gunas. Sattva Gunam, Rajo Gunam, Tamo Gunam. Right now, we have got Sattva Guna. After some time, Rajo Guna will come when you have to go to shops. You have to go somewhere else. You have to do some activities. Rajo Guna will come. After that, Tamo Guna will come when darkness falls. And you feel, so all the three gunas are there. But here, the Lakshmi is always of the nature of Sattva, Sattvika Gunaha. So Sattva Guna. Prakashaha. So Swayam Prakashaha. Self-illumined. And there is no other light required for the Mahalakshmi to be illumined. So she herself is a nature of illumining. So Prakash, Swayam Prakashaha. Then Shubham, auspicious. Shubham, Kalyanam is called auspiciousness. Mangalam, another word for Shubham. So all these indicate the one word called Prabhasam. Also, Mangala Vigraham. Mangala Vigraham means the Vigraham is supposed to be the Murti. So the idol, or where we worship, the Murtis of the nature of Mangalam. So Mangala means Kalyanam, which is always auspiciousness, Badram, protection. So all these meanings are given for one word called Prabhasam. So I'll repeat again. Prabhasam is equal to Prakrishtatam Bhasayati, means magnificent and illumining. Okay, Prakrishtatam Bhasayati. Then Shuddham, pure. Sattvam, high sattvic qualities. Then Swayam Prakashaha, self-illumining. Shubham, auspicious. Then Divyam, celestial. Mangala Vigraham, the one who is of the nature of Mangala means peace. So the one who is of the nature of peace, Mangala Vigraham. So all these denote one word called Prabhasam. So Chandram Prabhasam. You got it? Okay. Then next one is called Yashasam. Yashas means fame. So whatever Yashas is talking about is Sarvasya Devasya. So all the yashas means anything which is available in this universe, in this lokam, elsewhere in this lokam, all the fame belongs to only this Lakshmi. There is no fame belonging to any of us or to any devatas. Right? And yashas also mean sahadharma. So sahadharma means protecting dharma. So yashas, fame can only come to you when you have dharma on your side. Adharma, if you do, fame will not come to you. Fame will come to you in the wrong form. But here we are talking about fame in the right form. So the Mahalakshmi or Sri is here seen as the one who is the holder of dharma. And due to sahadharma, which is being implemented in all the lokas. So this lokam, Deva lokam, Brahma lokam, whichever lokam you go, even Vishnu also is actually bound by Lakshmi only. See, even Vishnu also, Mahalakshmi also, Vishnu will never cross the Mahalakshmi's views because Shakti can never be crossed. If you rub Shakti in the wrong side, it will burn. So they all know. So you don't have to say, you already know about it. So we never cross the wrong side. So Shakti should be worshipped and should be protected. That way you will get protected. So you protect Shakti, in return Shakti will protect you. Right? So in whatever protection, then absolute protection, material protection, whichever is required, you get protection there. Right? Otherwise you are exposed. So even Vishnu cannot do anything alone. See, the whole prapancha, Srishti creation has to be done with Shakti only. What will Vishnu do without Shakti? Right? So Shakti is very important. Shakti lil Shiva millai. We always say this. That's why he says here, Yashasa means all the fame. Any fame which you have, we never say that is my fame. It is all Bhagavan's fame. It is all your fame. So this is called humbleness. This is called acceptance or offering ourselves to the Almighty, to surrender to the Almighty. Right? If you do this, then we do not have any problem about anything. The moment you say it is my fame, then you have ahankara coming there. So that's what the worship says here, Yashasa. So Sarvasya Lokasya, Sarveshwarasya, Sarva Loka Viditham. So Sarva Loka Vidhi means all the rules which are there, all the nemangal, all the unwritten laws, written laws, dharma is governed by Lakshmi. And because of that, she is called Yashas. So Yashas. Then Jwalantim, next word. So Chandram, Prabhasam, Yashasa, Jwalantim. Fourth is Jwalantim. See, Jwalantim means Jwalayati, means that which is of the nature of shining. Jwala. So Divya Jyotihi. So that which is self-effulgence, self-illumining, self-effulgence is called Divya Jyotihi. So here, Jwalantim means that which is of the nature of self-effulgence, Jwalantim. Then, Shriyam. So Shriyam, it means all the wealth. So all wealth you can include in this. Whatever wealth you want, health is wealth, health also is wealth, property is wealth, all your relatives, everybody, whoever is there, everything is wealth. So when you're asking for something, ask for complete health. That means even mental health also is important. So your physical health is important, right? So mananalam, udal nalam, right? All of them important. So Shriyam, right? And Loke. So this Lokaha indicates that power or that Lakshmi who is present in all the lokas, or the one who is manifesting in all the lokas. Okay. So the Vibhuti or the famous or the gracious nature of Lakshmi is present in all the lokas. It is not present only in this loka. Every loka it is present. Lokaha, Shriyam Loke. So all the lokas, all the Shriyam belongs to this Mahalakshmi. Right? And Devam Jushtam. So Deva Jushtaha. So Devaha means all the Devas. And Jushtaha means the one who is worshipped or one is prayed or the one who has to be worshipped in that. So Deva Jushtaha. So Tvaya Jushta. Nudamana Durukta Burhat Vadema Date Suviraha. Correct. So Tvaya Jushta means you has to be prayed. So you are the what we prayed. So same here also. Deva Jushtam. Devaihi Chaturmukaha. Chaturmukha Brahma. Shatamukam also. So there are 100 mukams and Chaturmukam also. So recently, when you don't have rains, nothing in Coimbatore or in Hyderabad, there's no rains recently. And they invoke the Surya Bhagavan with 100 different, ahutis. So Shatamukam. So Shatamukam means each of the kundams are worshipped separately and each of them is invoked with different mantras. So in all of the mantras, all of the invocation, this Lakshmi is present there. So Chaturmukam, Shatamukam is Deva Jushtam. And Udharam. Udharam means Aishwaryam. Udharam, Aishwaryam. Or the one who is of the nature of compassion. Aishwaryam, Aksharam Gatim. Udharam, compassionate, kind, hearted. So one can never get angry with Lakshmi because Lakshmi will not punish you for something. As long as you don't do wrong things, you will be okay. So Lakshmi Kadarcha Manam Valya, we always, why do you say this? So whenever we say Lakshmi Kadarcham, it means what you want Lakshmi to be there all the time. Then Tam. So Tam Padmini mean. So Tam means you, that this Padmini mean. Sharanam Aham. So Sharanam means surrender and Aham means I. So unto you, Lakshmi, who is of the nature of Chandram, Prabhasam, Yashasam, Jwalantim, Shriyam, Loke, Devam, Jushtam, Udaram. So all the qualities, see, Chandram, Prabhasam, Yashas, Jwalantim, Shriyam, Loke, Devam, Jushta, Udaram. So all these qualities are there. All of these qualities are there. For such a person, we are Tam Padmini mean. So means this Padmini or this Lakshmi is the one which I am Sharanam Aham. I am surrendering to you. And Prapadhye, I pray. So Sharanam Prapadhye. So I pray in total surrender, not half surrender. So total surrender. So Sharanam Prapadhye. Then Alakshmi me. See, Alakshmi he, when I say here, it is two meanings. Number one is Lakshmi, it indicates wealth, number one. Lakshmi also indicates Bharya or Sahadharmini also. So Alakshmi me Nashyatam Tvam Rane. So Alakshmi means what? Lakshmi indicates wealth. Alakshmi indicates poverty. Or any sort of famine or poverty you got, or deficiency you got, it's called Alakshmi. So when you're chanting, make sure that it is actually not Lakshmi, Alakshmi. Right? See, prapadye alakshmir me means me. Alakshmir me means for me. All the alakshmi, all the amangalam, the poverty or the which is not difficult. I don't have this kind of a thing. You nashyataha. Mean nashyata means what? Destroy. Right? So you destroy this. Nashyataha means destroy. Tam vrine. Correct. So vrinati, when I say here, it means worship or my prayer. So vrinati. Anugraham. Correct. Anugraham, kripa is the meaning of vrine. Anugraham means anugraha means to give blessing to us. Or I am praying to you, I want your anugraham, I want your grace. Correct. So it is prarthana. So Tvam vrine is actually prarthana, is my prayer for your anugraham. So I need your grace for removal of all my poverty. Alakshmirne, Ashyatam, Tvam vrine. For that, what I do, Sharanam, Sharanamaham prapadye. So I surrender to you and I worship you. Right? And who do you worship? The worship is of the nature of Lakshmi, who is Chandram, Prabhasam, Yashasam, Jwalantim, Shriyam, Loke, Devam, Jushtam, Udharam. So unto the Lakshmi, my surrender. And my surrender is actually for, when I surrender to you, I also ask for protection. I ask for removal of all my deficiencies. People don't ask for poverty. People do ask that I'm very poor, please give me something. But in terms of poor, knowledge is we are poor. We do not have any money problem because we are able to eat food, we have close to where we have a house to live. What we lack is what? Intelligence. Right? We have the intellect is a problem, buddhi is a problem. So we always are very poor in that. So what do we ask? Let's be given with good health and good buddhi, abundant buddhi for to know who you are. This is the prayer. See, so much of depth is there, correct? In one small thing. Then, so is this clear to you? This one? You got all the meanings? Anyone who has got not understood, you can ask me a question now. I can repeat again. Okay. Looks like I explained everything very clearly. Then, next one. So let's do Chandram Prabhasam Yashasa Jwalanti Shriyam Loke Deva Jushtam Udharam Tam Padminimi Sharanamaham Prapadhye Alakshmi Me Nashyatam Tvam Vrine. Next one. Aditya Varne Tapaso Dijato Aditya Varne Tapaso Dijato Vanaspatistava Vrikshoda Bilvaha Aditya Varne Tapaso Dijato Vanaspatistava Vrikshoda Bilvaha Tasya Falani Tapasanudhantu Tasya Falani Tapasanudhantu Mayantarayascha Bahya Alakshmihi Tasya Falani Tapasanudhantu Mayantarayascha Bahya Alakshmi Aditya Varne Tapaso Dijato Aditya Varne Tapaso Dijato Vanaspatistava vrikshoda bilvaha tasya phalani tapasanudhantu tasya phalani tapasanudhantu mayantarayascha bahya alakshmihi. So first word, Aditya Varnaha. So Aditya Varnaha means Adityaha means sun and Varnam means a color. So Aditya Varna means the sun, all can say Ponniram Udayaval, can say. I think we're all Tamil people, right? So Ponniram Udayaval means golden color. So the one who is of the nature of golden color. Sun is of the nature of golden color. So Aditya Varnaha. The rays of the sun is very, very bright. There is never darkness when sun is there. That's why it's called Aditya Varnaha. Also, Aditya Varnaha also indicates Bahya Antaraha. So Bahyam means outside, Antaram means inside, Tamo Virodhi. So Virodhi means enemy. And Tamaha means what? Slackness. So Tamo Gunam. So lethargy or tardiness, laziness is called Tamoguna. So Tamogunam everybody has got. But when sun rises in the morning, you get energized, correct? And that is why you wake up. See, if the sun doesn't rise at all, supposing sun, first of all, sun doesn't rise and fall, that's a different thing. But let us take for argument's sake for an ordinary person who is studying first time, Shastram, etc. Sun rises, Surya Udikran, Surya Udayam, say. So when the sun rises, what does it do? You don't do anything. You cannot sleep when the sun rises because the sun, along with the rising of the sun, it brings the energy into the physical body because our body, our elements are not different from the sun. So there's a direct connection between us and the sun also. See, in the Chandika Upanishad, there's a mantra there where one of the king asks, do you know what happens after death? He asks. Then he says, I don't know. The Brahmana says, I don't know. The king Kshatriya says that I know this truth. Because only this particular Vidya was taught only to the Kshatriyas. So one particular king had this knowledge. And even the greatest of the Brahmana didn't know how to do this, how to have knowledge. So he went for 1 year and stayed at the palace of the king. And the king ultimately taught him this Vidya. So there is a direct connection between the sun rays and our physical body. So as soon as the sun rays hit our body, or even if you close the window and curtain also, the light can penetrate any darkness also. Unless you have a concrete wall, you decided to shut off everything, but even a small opening, light will come through because light has got the penetrating capacity. So as soon as, even if you have a very, very, brick wall, the brick wall will get heated up. And the heat will actually transfer to your body eventually. The floor will get heated up. So energy will be there and you will not having tamogunas, correct? That's why it's called Bahya Antaraha Tamoguna Virodhi. Okay. Then Tejomayam. So Tejaha, Tejas. So one who is of the nature of brilliance is called Tejaha. Tejomayam iti Aditya Varnaha. So Aditya Varnam is equal to number one definition is golden color. The second definition also includes Bahya Antara Tamo Virodhi. So inside and outside, whatever inside you got also gets removed. So all the enemies which are inside of you and outside of you is removed. How? Sun is supposed to be of the nature of Jnanam. So sun is supposed to be Vivaswan. So even Bhagavad Gita, when you say, he says, I taught to Vivaswan and Vivaswan taught it to somebody else. So Vivaswan directly, Vivaswan is the name of the sun, another name for Aditya. So Vivaswan was the one who learned from the Adi Guru Krishna, or you can say this, or any Bhagavan. And from there, everyone came to learn to all the rishis. And then finally it came down to the other acharyas, etc. So he is the most widely known knowledgeable person. So he's called Bahya Antaraha. So when you have knowledge, it removes your ignorance outside of you, inside of you. Right? All ignorance. So all tamoguna is removed. So Bahya Antara Tamoguna Virodhi Tejomayam iti Aditya Varnaha. Okay. Then next is what? Tapaso Adijato. So tapas, when you say, it is due to one's own prowess. Tapas means one's own capacity. So the sun does not do, or the Bhagavan does not do any special effort. It is the Lakshmi here talks about himself or herself as the one which is endowed with her own capacity. Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. All three Shaktis are there. So she can create this universe at will, correct? And Jnana Shakti, correct? All the Jnana can be given, right? And Kriya, the creation also. So desire to create is there, the capacity to create is there, and also the capacity to give Jnanam also is there, to give intelligence. So all of them are actually inbuilt in this Lakshmi. So it's called here tapas. And tapasaha, when I say here, due to sankalpam, means one's own sankalpam, one's own desire, she has got the capacity. So tapasa. Then adijataha, next one. Tapasaha adijataha. So adijatam means what? Jatam means that which comes into existence, that which is manifested. So jatam means manifest or come into existence or arise. So she, Lakshmi, is the one which is arising. The power Lakshmi is arising from Brahman. So Brahman, or the consciousness, conscious principle, is the one which is responsible, and the power and the powerful are non-separate. There cannot be anything called powerful without the power being there. The word powerful also has got power there. So if you remove the power, there's nothing called full. So in every powerful, there is a power. So power and powerful cannot be separated. That is why it says here, adijataha. So the manifestation of the Srishti comes into existence on its own. There is no creation per se. It's only manifestation. We never say that there is a creation of the universe, because when you say creation of the universe, there has to be a creator. Then the creator also has to be defined by having some gunas. He will also be living by some time frame. That's why we always say that there is no creation. Creation theory is proposed by Vedas to dismiss later on to say that there is no creation. But directly, if I tell you that there is no creation, you will not understand, or anybody will not understand. So for the layman, for the people who are starting to study, everybody starts with the theory. So always Upanishad says that you assume this creation. Then later on it proposes to say that there is no creation. So here, adijataha means that which is arising, or that which is created or arising from something called the Brahman. Adijataha. Vanaspatihi. So vanaha, vanam means the forest. Right? So sarvesham vrikshaha. So see, a vanam, when you say, vanam indicates a forest, and forest indicates a group of trees. You cannot call a forest without a group of trees, correct? A single tree is called a single tree. A single lion is called only lion. But a group of lions is called a pride. Right? So there are different terms. Same way here, Vanaspatihi means Pati means the Lord. And Vanam means it talks about the forest. But in reality, it talks about all the people, living and non-living beings. Sarvesham Vriksha Samuhanam Adipati iti prasiddha. So I'll give you the meaning for this. Sarvesham Vriksha Samuhan. Samuham means what? Vriksha Samuham means the collection of all the Vriksha. Samuham. Vriksha Samuhan. Adipati. Adipati means what? The one who is the only Lord. There is no other Lord other than this Mahalakshmi. So Sarvesham Vriksha Samuhan Adipatihi iti prasiddha Vanaspatihi. Right. So the Lord of all the living and non-living beings, all the trees, all the plants, whatever species you got in all the plants, for everything, he is the source. She is the source here, Bhagavan. Then he says Bilvaha. So Bilvam is mentioned here. Why? Because Bilvam is supposed to be the most auspicious. Correct? So the Bilva is one of the trees. Eka Bilvam Shvarpanam. So it says, if you cannot offer anything to Bhagavan, you offer at least one Bilvam. One leaf of Bilvam is equal to offering hundreds and thousands of offerings you have to do. Eka Bilvam Shvarpanam says here. Right? So Bilvam is actually a rare tree. So Bilvam, if you have in your house, it's a very, very, the leaf is very famous for offering to the Bhagavan, especially Lord Shiva. So here, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, they are all non-separate. Everything is same. Lakshmi, power is same. So Bilvaha. Then Tasya Phalani Tapasa. So because of this, or Tasyaha means because of this, Tasyaha Phalani Tapasa means due to this tapas. What is the Phalani? Right. So by doing this tapas, by having this capacity of having all this power, Nutantu means what? Nudantu, when you say Nashayantu. See, Nudantu means here Nashayantu, or destruction or elimination of. What is removed? Mayaha. Correct? Antarayascha. So Maya. See, the Maya means the samsara. See, samsara lokam is supposed to be Maya lokam. Right? Varve Mayam, they say, the whole life itself is a big Maya. So we are living in an imaginary world. It is not the real world. So it's imagination, it's a projection of what it is. So due to this capacity of the Lakshmi, due to this capacity of Aditya Varnaha, Tapasaha, Adijataha, and the overlordship of all the living beings, etc., she has got the power by her own tapas to nudantu, to destroy or to eliminate. What do you eliminate? Mayaha. So Mayaha. So Maya means all this ignorance. So Maya is actually called Mula Avidya. So Mula Avidya means what? Total ignorance. Right. So Avidya is also called Maya. There's really nothing called Maya, speaking. There is nothing called really Maya. There's only Brahman. Maya is also an appearance. So Maya Antaraha Bahyaha. So Mayantara Bahya. Correct. So you have to split into Maya Antaraha Bahyaha. So Antara means inside. So if you got ignorance inside, also is Maya. Outside ignorance also is you do not have any knowledge about the external world, how it is created, who is the sutradhar for this creation. You do not know. You all think it's like this. Right? Inside the knowledge also we do not know who we are. So we are completely deluded in terms of knowledge because of this power of Maya. We are under the spell of Maya constantly, continuously, daily. Always we are there. How do we get out of it? The only thing you can do is pray. And by praying, what do? You ask for knowledge. Ask for knowledge. Right. So, tasya phalani. So, due to this phalam means what? The benefit of by doing this tapam with Lakshmi, she has got a capacity to remove the Maya which is pervading inside us. Antaraha, Bahyaha, and Alakshmihi. So Alakshmihi means what? All the deficiencies called Alakshmihi. Right? So Bahya means outside obstacles. Antaraha means inside obstacles. Right? What are the inside obstacles? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam. Shadripuhu. Kamaha, Krodham, Lobham, Moham, Madham, Matsaryam. So they're called 6 afflictions we have, which is inside of us. Outside of us, we have our own problems. Right? So all of them has to be removed. Right? So she says the protection, the prayer is actually for asking for protection for knowledge. By having knowledge, one is able to come out of the spell of Maya, which is covering our intellect, which is inside of us, also covering the view of the external world also. And external world we are viewing as what? All kamam, krodham, lobham, moham, madam, matsaryam, everything is actually being reflected. Right? See, nobody can say that I'm perfect. I can guarantee you that. If somebody is saying that I never get angry, don't trust that person because it is not possible. Everybody will have some variation of will be there. But a wise person knows how to manage it. A wise person knows how to not to get under the spell consistently. Sometimes you may get it there, but immediately the person knows that, look, I'm actually not doing right thing for the person, for me also, so I must not do this. So the person corrects. So Nididhyasanam or the Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam corrects this process. So every time when you do this, it corrects, autocorrect. Like if you write in WhatsApp, autocorrect. Sometimes so autocorrection is required. Correct? So this is what autocorrection Nididhyasanam does it. So the prayer is actually for autocorrection. Right? So it's a suggestion also to make sure that we do not fall into the trap. Right? So Aditya Varne Tapasodi Jhato Vanaspatistava Vrikshoda Bhilvaha Tasya Phalani Tapasanudhantu Mayantarayascha Bahya Alakshmihi. So our prayer is for this Lakshmi, who is of the nature of Aditya Varna, who is has a capacity to do tapas or has been created, has come out of its own Ichcha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jataha, Adijataha. So that which has been manifesting or just Swayambhuhu, when you say, is manifestation. Nobody's created this. She has just come out of her own, right? Out of her own power. Right? And Vanaspatihi. So Vanaspatihi is the overlordship of all the Vrikshanam, Samuhanam, iti Vanaspatihi. So the Vriksham should not be taken as trees. It should be taken, should expand it saying that The one who is present in all the living and non-living beings called Vrikshaha. So you can say this. So expand a little bit. And Bilvaha. So Bilvam is mentioned here because Bilvam is supposed to be one of the most auspicious trees to be there. So Bilvaha. So even if you offer, that's what it says here, Bilvaha, of the nature of Bilvam. And Tasya Falani, due to this Lakshmi having this capacity of all these things, she is able to remove Mayaha, Antaraha, Bahyaha, Nutantu Alakshmihi. So, right. So tapasa nutantu. So due to the tapas, due to this capacity, nutantu nashyataha, or the removal of all the ignorance inside and outside. So called, so Maya is said here. Maya is called avidya or ignorance. So due to avidya, ignorance, we do not have a clear vision of who we are. We do not have a clear vision of how are related to the universe. And we are always obsessed with all the Shadripuhu. We always have these problems. So one has to get rid of it. How do we get rid of it? Is by praying. So Alakshmi me nashyatam tambrane. Here also tapasanudantu mayantarayascha bahya Alakshmi. So again the prayer is again for the previous was also we see the same prayer. This is also the same prayer. Got it? Any questions before we go to next one?
Sir, tapasadi jato vanasya vanaspati.
See, tapas means not meditation. Tapas means one's own shakti. So, Swayambhuhu, you can say. So, as I told you, Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. So, Icha Shakti means what? The desire to create this universe or desire to just appear. So, nobody tells the Bhagavan to appear. It is his own wish because he has got the wish to create this universe. Whenever he wants, he can do that. Kriya Shakti, because he has got the knowledge, he can create everything also. Right? So Kriya Shakti has got a capacity to create, his desire to create. Also Jnana Shakti, the Jnanam, the knowledge required to create the universe. See, just as the spider, Yatha Urnabihi Sujite Ghrnate Cha. Right? In the Mundaka Upanishad, there is there. So just as the spider has got the capacity to create a web out of its own abdomen. The spider does not go outside and ask another spider for help. That I need to create this web. Can you please help me, or can I just borrow some web from another person? The spider itself has got a capacity. If you look at the spider, ordinary spider, you will not know it has got this capacity. It will just be walking with 8 legs here and there. Suddenly, when you go at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening, it will be very busy spinning the web. You will see web going up and down, the spider is running here and there, and finally, when all the web is created, it sits in the middle. Right? Same way, the Bhagavan is actually the center of all the universe, all the lokaha. And this Bhagavan, this Lakshmi here, talks about the tapas. Right? And due to tapas, adijataha. Jatam means creation, jatam means the word which is arising or coming into existence, manifestation. So adijataha means the one who is able to manifest due to the capacity of the tapas. Right? Tapasa chiyate brahma. In Mundaka Upanishad, people are studying this, you will know. Tapasa chiyate brahma means what? Due to the tapas, the Brahman expands. So you don't need to do anything. Right? So tapasodi jato vanaspatistava. So vanaspatihi, vanam means the trees. Vanam means the forest. So when you say vanam, it means a group of trees. A single tree cannot be called vanam. It is only a tree only. But if you have a collection of trees called vanam. So vanaspatihi, when you say the adipati or the ruler of all the vanam and all the living beings, non-living beings which are in the forest, trees, plants, flowers, animals, insects, whichever is there in that, she is the adipati, she is the power behind it. Right? And Vanaspatis Tavaha. Correct? So Vrikshoda Bilvaha. Vrikshaha Tava Bilvaha. So Vriksham means here talks about the Bilva tree. So the Vrikshoda Bilvaha. So Bilvam is supposed to be a Bilva tree. So Bilvam is for the Mahadevan or the Shiva. Bilva is always offered. Bilva Maram. So tapasodi jato vanaspatistava vrikshoda bilvaha. So tasya falani, due to this power, due to this tapas, due to Shakti which is mentioned before in tapasodi jato, nutantu maya, nudantu means destruction. And what is destroyed here? Nudantu means nashyati, nashaha, nashyanti. Mayaha antara bahya. So all the maya or the ignorance which is present in the outside and outside of me is removed. Alakshmihi. Alakshmi means what? All those things which is deficiencies or my limitations. So Alakshmi means poverty, poor. But here Alakshmi we should take it as the deficiencies or the limitations which is inside me and outside of me has to be removed. Is it clear, Shankar Mama?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the prayer is very simple but deep meaning. You can chant this whole thing in 5 minutes, but it takes me so much time to explain all this. See, the whole objective of prayer is not to do mechanical chanting. See, mechanical chanting is important. First of all, you should learn. Like I taught most of you in the class, the chanting, how to chant the correct way. But after chanting now, you must now step in next step of being with the mantra, enjoying the mantra and understanding what it means. Then becomes not a karma, it becomes a nidhyasana, it becomes a meditation for you. So in meditation, your mind is with the mantra. In karma, your mind is not with the mantra. Your karma, you can do a lot of things. Mouth can chant, eyes can see, it can hear, action can be possible, everything is possible, right? And you can also get up also and walk and chant also. But it is not called tapas. Tapas means the capacity to be steady and to be with the Shastra. That is what is important. That is why it is emphasized here. That's why I'm taking time to explain elaborately the Bhashyam, etc. So that you understand it. Is it clear, this one? So any questions on the previous one? Chandram, Prabhasam, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll just repeat those two mantras for today and then we'll conclude the class. Next class, we are going to start from number 7. Okay. Chandram Prabhasam Yashasa Jwalanti Shriyam Loke Deva Jushta Mudharam Tam Padmini Sharanamaham Prapadhye Alakshmir Me Nashyatvam Tam Rune Adityavarni Tapasodi Jato Vanaspatistava Vrikshoda Bilvaha Tasya Phalani Tapasanutantu Mayantarayascha Bahya Alakshmi. So next class we look at number 7, Upaitumam Devasah Kirtischa Maninasaha Praturbhudosmirashresmin Kirtimritim Dadhatu Me. So we look at this mantra next class. Okay. Okay. So if you got any questions, also don't hesitate to ask me later on or next class. So with this, we conclude today's class. And for those people who are coming tomorrow to the Kathopanishads, tomorrow I'm starting the Kathopanishads Bhashyam class. So those who want to come, 8 o'clock I'm going to start the class. So you're more than welcome to join, depending upon your availability, your interest, and time also. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत्। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। नमस्ते। शुभरात्रि to all of you. Hari Om.
नमस्ते जयंत जी।
Namaste.
Night. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.